off to work. You know, one of the biggest annoyances when trying to do these videos is not only getting over the hurdle of being intimidated to record, but when you do get over that hurdle and you set up your camera, because of the intimidation, you're kind of rushing because it is new. And when you look around, people are looking at you, there's a sense of like, people are staring. So you try to rush, just kind of get it set up like everything's just normal in your life to be doing that. And then you fucking forget to hit the record button. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, but pool day is unfortunately not going to be in the video this week because I forgot to record it. I set up everything to do it, I just forgot to hit record. But no big deal. And then on top of that, so I get in there today to start my cardio, because every day I start my day off with 45 minutes to an hour of cardio. And I was super excited to come in today because I got a new mount, which I felt like was gonna make stuff easier, because typically I use this one, which just kind of wraps around the bars. Well, I got this magnetic mount, and here's the magnet for it, and it sticks really, really well to stuff. I tried it with my refrigerator and a few metal things, and it sticks like a dream. So I'm in there on the treadmill, and I just keep on like turning off. Like I get like 5 or 6 steps into the workout, and it just shuts down. I'm like, fuck is going on? Did I gain weight? Am I too big? What the fuck happened? Man, the magnet in my camera was tripping the safety sensor, thinking that the safety key got pulled because it's magnetic controlled. So before I knew this, I'm up there talking to the people behind the desk, making a complete fool of myself because I'm saying, hey man, none of the machines are working, but then 5 people right next to me are walking just fine. So I knew it was something that I was doing wrong, and the only thing different today from any other day is the fact I had that magnetic mount in my pocket. So after I stormed out of the building and I'm ready to just give up on it and say fuck it, I get to thinking like, maybe this magnet's got something to do with it. So I take the magnet out of my pocket, leave it in the car, and I take a different mount in with me. Works just fine. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have any interest in recording yourself at the gym, forego the magnetic mount until you're done with cardio. I'm not comfortable enough to put my expensive equipment in a locker because I don't, one, have a lock, and 2, I don't know who's in there, who's going to be in the locker room playing around stealing. You never know. That being said, obviously I had to not use my magnetic mount, which was really a letdown. But there was so many people in there today, it would have been hard to set up without having to approach someone and say, hey, can I put this on your machine and look like a nut. I didn't really get to use that. One thing about Planet Fitness is there's always so many people in there, and they're like average Joes, so they don't really like understand why you would be setting up a tripod and you just kind of look like you're crazy. Because I'm so close to the World's Gym here in Cincinnati that I've seen a few of the bigger channels go to and visit, I've considered going there because I've seen that they have like a pose room, which I'm, in my opinion, not ready for, but it'll be nice to have available. Considering looking into that as a more serious option, because Planet Fitness, while it's nice and it's great and it gets the job done, I like to be around some people that are less to themselves and more, how are you doing? How's your day going? What are you working on? Some people that are going to approach you and just ask how life's going. Maybe get to know a couple people to lift with. Lifting alone is fine, but I feel like if I had somebody that's a little bit more experienced to kind of like lead the way, it'd be extremely helpful. But I've been watching YouTube videos on proper lifting form and things like that, and I think it's helping. I think we're making a lot of progress. I'm always nervous about getting people in my shot and wondering if they're going to approach me and say, hey, I'd appreciate if you didn't have me in the video, because it's hard not to. There's so many people in there, it's hard not to accidentally land somebody in the videos. Yesterday we called a VTO day, so I was able to put a little video out. I did a reaction video. I liked it. I thought it was fun to do, really. I got to watch something that was crazy and related to my job and something that everyone in our industry fears happening. You just don't expect it to ever really happen to you. And the fact that this driver was met with gunfire after pulling up to simply do her job lets you know to never take nothing for granted. It can happen to you. It can happen at any point in time. So yesterday was fun. Yesterday we got to watch a cool little video and do a reaction. I think I'm gonna do some more of that. Now, what I'm gonna react to, I'm not too sure. After doing that video, I was recommended a few more videos revolving around Amazon drivers. Like one from a few months ago was this girl getting caught defecating in people's front yard, basically, like by their trash cans and on someone's stairs. So I might cover that. We had a driver apparently shoot somebody, so might cover that. We'll have to see. But to see what lies down the road, you never know. I've always got something different going on. I'm never content. Always want to try something different, see what kind of results I can get. You guys might get to see me get rear-ended because there's a jackass on my, like, right on my bumper in stop and go traffic. 8:30 in the morning. Got a good start to the day. Got a nice pump on right now. Definitely feeling it. I'm ready to just get to it. I'm expecting my route to not be very big. My route on Sunday was super minimal, like 90 stops, very easy, laid back day. In our industry, that's considered a nursery route. And what's crazy about it is when you see that low number, like I've stated before, you typically expect to see a super spread out route and a route that's going to take a few hours just in driving. It wasn't the case yesterday. I was in Oxford, had neighborhoods, had a few outlying stops, nothing too crazy. But the truck, it was the hindrance there, because the trucks are supposed to be lasting your full route. They're supposed to have 10 hours worth of use. That's just not the case all the time. More often than not, your truck battery doesn't last you the full shift. So it forces you to kind of rush, which is super unfair, man. It forces you to skip break. It just puts you in a situation that if you don't skip your brakes, you'll either likely need a tow or you'll need someone to bring you a vehicle. It gives you a hard decision. You either skip your brakes and have no time for relaxing and no time to enjoy a meal while doing a very physical job, or it forces you to take your breaks and risk either ending up on the side of the road with a dead battery, or the better option is them noticing at dispatch that your truck is low and sending you either another truck, a rescue, or depending on how many stops you have left, someone will just come and grab them. You know, they'll just come grab the end of your route and they'll bring you on back. There's been situations where I pulled out of the station because we load up, we get in our truck and we get everything ready about 9 o'clock. But we don't actually clock in until 9:30. And then once you clock in, you have to go line up either at C pad, B pad, or A pad. And then they'll bring you into the pre-staging, and then you'll finally end up going into the station and being loaded. For that time from either 9:30 until you make it to A, B, or C pad, it's about 30-40 minutes to get your pictures, to get yourself squared away in your vehicle, get your phone linked. So you could, by the time you pull out of the station, you could be 80%, 70%. You never know. If you're running the heat and the heated seat and the heated steering wheel, that's just draining battery, draining battery. It'll run you dead fast. So they actually have had the audacity, Sunday it was freezing. It was snowing. So they had the audacity to ask me if I'm running my heater. I'm like, oh, of course, it's freezing outside. Of course I'm running my heater. They asked me to turn my heat down. That's absolutely out of the question. My job's hard enough without having to sit out there and freeze my ass off while doing it. I'm not gonna put myself in that predicament to, one, get sicker than hell from delivering in the freezing cold and then sitting in a freezing cold truck for 10 hours and then take something home to my daughter and get her sick. We're just now getting over the flu. That was a crazy experience. She had the flu and it was very, very nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to take her something home. I'm gonna run my heat. The job has got its challenges, nothing too outrageous. Jobs are going to have unrealistic expectations. Jobs are going to ask you to do things that are, in my opinion, not very morally correct. Like, how could you even think to be like, hey, can you turn your heat off so the truck don't die so you can do your job? Fuck no, I can't turn my heat off. In my opinion, if that was me, that wouldn't even be a question I would ask. I wouldn't even, like, if someone said, hey, call that driver and ask him to turn his heat off, I would meet that with a, I don't think we should be doing that response. You know how it is in the workforce. So we're finally arriving here to the job. I wonder what kind of truck we're gonna end up in today. I'd like to show you something. So I forgot all about having this mount that I got. I forget exactly why I bought this. I bought this mount for something when I was doing my streaming thing with the video games. And it came in super clutch because it moves. It's got a whole bunch of different angles you can work it into. And this piece right here, well, you can see that the clamp, actually it unscrews, and that makes putting this on it super easy and simple. Like, I feel like this right here is going to be my favorite mount. I also like to point out, and this isn't a product review, maybe I should have done one, but this right here has been a pretty good one too. This is the Joby mount. You can get this mount from Best Buy, and it's pretty cool too. Like, if you're trying to set something up fast, like you just want it to be in like not a typically easy spot to put something. Like, for example, the gym. It's not an easy experience trying to set up a tripod in the gym because you're not allowed to have trip hazards in the hallway. So this right here, wrapping around either like a machine next to you or just being able to be put on the floor, and you can just kind of adjust it because each of these balls is able to be adjusted differently. Being able to adjust this into the perfect orientation to record yourself is really nice. And then you also can just kind of bend it like a vlog thing, which makes this a really cool little tripod. I actually like this one a lot. I think this was a good purchase. Maybe one day I'll cover all of my gear and y'all can tell me what you would use or what you think about the things that I use in my videos. And I'll tell you one thing that makes your life super easy as a content creator. If you're not already doing it, I'm sure you've seen advertisements for vidIQ. And man, like, advertisements like that get such a bad rep because it feels like they kind of just advertise everywhere. Like, they're not, most advertisements will reach out to somebody that's in their niche. If you're looking for a tech review channel like Marcus, and you go over there and you get to watching his videos, you'll likely get an ad for something that's tech related, which makes sense. When you're watching a sports highlight compilation and you get a vidIQ ad, it seems kind of out of place. But I will tell you right now, vidIQ is legit. They help you so much in this journey, and if you don't need them permanently, it's understandable. Like, if you want to get out and branch out, do your own thing. But one thing about them is they'll teach you how to do this a lot more efficiently than what you'll just think to do. Like, they'll help you with titles, thumbnails, they'll cut your video up into shorts, and when you go watch the stuff and you see what they do and how they do it, it's just like a good example of how to go do it yourself to dial it in a little bit better. I think vidIQ might be like a legitimate option for people that aren't super tech savvy or done this for a long period of time and already know what's going on. If you're brand new to the space and you don't really have a clue of what to do when it comes to post video editing, thinking of the title, thinking of the thumbnail, you know, how to cut this up into shorts, it just gives you a real good idea of how that should look. And I think it's a great tool for people to have for no other reason. You get the analytics of a lot of other channels, which lets you know how traffic flows. So for example, if you watch Mr. Beast, well, each video he posts, if you have the vidIQ extension, when you go to that video, it shows you the amount of views that video's got and like the traffic from the last 48 hours to that video. The website will also analyze the content that you're making and will suggest you things in your niche. Like, I like to cover my route. I do that once a week. Every Thursday I upload a route video. And when I go to my vidIQ to review my analytics, or I go to vidIQ to have it look over my video and see, is it a good title? Is it a strong thumbnail? Yada, yada, yada. It'll suggest me things in that niche. That's how I came across that video of the attempted unaliving of one of our drivers from some nutcase to react to. And when I seen that, I was like, what the fuck? As a driver, that's a real fear that everybody holds, like, to their chest, is you never know. That and dogs are two things that a driver's not going to play around with out in the field. Like, we're just not going to risk getting mauled by a dog or getting killed by some fucking nut. Let me explain that while you look at your dog as being sweet and caring and kind and loving, that's fine. And we understand, we've got dogs. But when an individual pulls up that's never been to your house and your house is deep off in the woods or back in the back roads and shit, and we pull up and you've got a German Shepherd out there, or a Chow Chow, I bring up Chow Chow as a specific example that I've dealt with. You never know what that dog's real intentions are going to be with you because you're a stranger. He don't know you and you don't know him. So he might just get weird one day. He's loving to y'all and you guys have never had an issue, but one day he just weird and attacks me. That'd be like getting attacked by a fucking mountain lion. So we're not going to risk getting our face chewed off and having life-altering complications to deliver you a package. So like I've said in my past videos, you see your packages out for delivery, man, just put your dog up for us, please. So I know it might be a hassle, dog might be rambunctious in the house, but it's just easier for everybody. Looks like they're pulling up here to get our routes ready. When I get my vehicle, I'll see y'all in the truck.